Welcome to this edition of Shelby This Week. Here are some of the stories we have for you. Governor Gretchen Whitmer visited Macomb County. Hear what she had to say about what she has planned for the state. Lake St. Clair is better than it's been in years thanks to efforts from county officials. They are on the other line when tragedy hits. We take you inside the Shelby Township Police Department's dispatch room. We have all these stories and more on this edition of Shelby This Week. From Lansing to Macomb County, Michigan's governor made her way to the area. Kyle Warsbach takes us to this year's Governor's Luncheon.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer's first Governor's Luncheon in Macomb County was all about the issues with the state of Michigan's budget and how she plans to fix it.
So the state budget is about $60 billion, and that sounds like a lot of money because, well, $60 billion is a lot of money. But when you look closer at the state budget, only that first line, the general fund, is what we really think of as government, state government. That's the part that funds the 48,000 state employees. Now, the problem with that general fund is that it has not grown in 20 years. So while the cost of everything else has increased, our ability to pay for it as a state has not. And that's really compromised us. Had that simply kept track with inflation, we would have about $5.6 billion more in the general fund than we have today.
Due to this lack of increase for the general fund, Governor Whitmer goes on to explain the chain reaction to its effect on road funding and more.
So in order to fill potholes, not rebuild roads like we should have been, but to fill potholes, they started taking money from the general fund. To shore up the general fund, they took money from the school aid fund. And so as a consequence, we are not doing any of these three things well. We are not rebuilding roads, we're just filling potholes. We're not increasing what should have been in the general fund to bring down the cost of a four-year degree because we're just trying to keep our head above water. And our kids have paid the worst price for it because they're the ones on whose backs the budgets have been balanced.
Whitmer's proposal for a 45-cent gas tax to fund the roads has been polarizing, but she explains why she believes it can work.
The thing about a gas tax is that it is constitutionally guaranteed to go to the roads and bridges. And so that shell game I described earlier cannot be played when we raise the money at the pump. Article 9, Section 9 of our state constitution means that every dime that we pay, that $23 a month that the gas tax represents, will go into fixing the roads and bridges. So I know that this isn't going to be easy for some people to absorb, 45 cents. That's why we phase it in three increments, going from 15 cents to 30 to 45.
The governor says that in the next 10 years, a 45-cent gas tax can fix 90% of our roads. Also by 2030, her goal is to have clean drinking water for 100% of Michigan communities, have 60% of adults attain a post-secondary education, and make Michigan a top 10 state in third-grade literacy. For Shelby This Week, I'm Kyle Warsbach.
It's a popular destination, especially in the summer months. Lake St. Clair is a treasure for residents in Macomb County. The county's Blue Economy Initiative has been highlighted for the past 10 years by celebrating this great resource right in our own backyard.
Not one of the Great Lakes, it is our Great Lake, and it is the busiest freshwater lake than any other Great Lake or any lake during the entire summer months than anywhere else in the world. So with that being said, we have a tremendous advantage here, and we've been working on things, primarily trying to figure out how do we keep it environmentally friendly, how do we keep it clean.
And while a lot of improvements have been done to keep the water clean, there is still work to be done. Leaders in Macomb County discuss how keeping the lake clean is important for everyone. Macomb County Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller said the water quality has never been better in her lifetime, and the county is striving to make sure the quality of Lake St. Clair continues to get better.
We do have a zero tolerance for any kind of contamination in the lake. We recreate in this lake. It's great fishing in this lake. It, quite frankly, is our drinking water supply as well, and the health of Lake St. Clair is probably better than it's been in decades. But we still have a ways to go, and we can't wait for the next generation to take care of it. We need to do what we need to do and make sure that we're good stewards of this fantastic natural resource.
With the help of Lake St. Clair Cooperative Invasive Species Management Area, there are some ways people using the water can ensure they aren't contaminating it with invasive species from other spaces.
The Lake St. Clair SSMA is promoting the Clean Boats, Clean Waters message to clean, drain, and dry your equipment after you recreate in an area before you move to a new location. This helps prevent the spread by if you are accidentally picking up any plant material, that you're disposing of it in that same exact area before you move to another area when you could indirectly bring it with you. The SSMA is also hosting 3 mobile boat wash events at local boat launches in Macomb and St. Clair counties, and if you're recreating on that boat launch that day, when you come out, we will offer you a free boat wash and then provide more information about aquatic invasive species, which ones are common in this area, how you can help prevent their spread, and that's done in partnership with MSU's extension team. They have the mobile boat wash unit that they actually go around the whole state, so it's really great to be a part of that.
Officials say the 31.5 miles of coastline along the lake will still be in focus and be a priority for Macomb County's Blue Economy Initiative because there's still work that can be done. These vital employees of the Shelby Township Police Department are the voice behind the thin blue line. Stacy Sansatera has more.
Emergency dispatchers or ComTech operators are truly the unsung heroes in public safety.
Shelby 911.
These dedicated individuals are the first point of contact in the emergency services system. And every day is different. The job can often be challenging and emotionally taxing, but thankfully there are people who are up to the task.
As soon as you walk in the door and sit down in the chair, buckle up. You know, it could be anything.
You can get something very trivial, it's a dog barking, something like that, or you could have a major fire. It's kind of the excitement of the job. We're kind of adrenaline junkies in here. We always say, oh, I hope it's a calm day, I hope it's a peaceful day. And we do for everybody's safety, but we kind of really thrive when that crazy call comes in.
And part of the job, which adds to the craziness, is the reality that dispatchers communicate with people in their darkest hours.
I've been on both sides. I've been there when help deliver a baby. I've been there when people have lost a loved one.
At any time something like that happens, it kind of sets the tone for the day.
Shelby dispatched to Battalion 3, Alpha 5, Engine 4, and a report of an injury accident.
ComTech operators sit in darkened rooms looking at multiple computer screens while talking to voices from faces they will never see.
Okay, but you didn't get in an accident or anything?
ComTech operators alert police, fire, and EMS to respond to a reported incident or emergency.
Job one for a dispatcher is all of my guys, my fire guys, my police guys, everybody goes home safe to their families.
We're looking up the people, that the address they've been going to, anything current with those people, past experiences at that address and so forth.
They need, you know, communication, ComTechs that are in here, they understand what they're out there doing. I mean, officers and firemen, I mean, they're doing the dangerous work. We're in here coordinating, but they need to know that we're here for them. We have things under control.
Dispatchers receive multiple hours of training to handle all types of emergencies.
My favorite one's my childbirth call. I had a child, lady was in labor, and the baby was coming, but I didn't think it was coming right away, and all of a sudden they said, I can see the head. So, okay, fire department's not there yet. We're going through all the steps for childbirth. And the baby comes out, baby's not breathing. I'm like, okay, I have to get into this now and I have to give the CPR instructions to see if we can get this baby breathing. We got the baby breathing and fire department made it there at the very end for the glory. So
when it comes to 911, there are emergencies, and then there are emergencies that exist only in people's minds.
They think we're the 611, we're the 411, we're like information to them and stuff.
Every cliche 911 call, I think all of us have had, there's a cat stuck in a tree. There's deer in my backyard. I had a lady call and 911 needed to be connected to QVC.
Some days are busier than others, and some days are just hard. But despite the sometimes tedious and oftentimes harrowing nature of the job, the ComTechs are motivated by a desire to serve the community.
we want to be helpful here. This job is a servant's heart, for sure. I mean, we're not out there getting glory for anything. We're in here, we're taking every phone call that comes in, we're taking 911s, we're taking business lines, we take it all. And I think that what brings us back is that I'm going to be able to help somebody today.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
Next week on Shelby This Week, we tell you how cell phones have impacted a dispatcher's job. One of Lakeside Mall's anchor stores will close in September. Lord & Taylor will shut the doors at the mall, which will leave 97 employees without jobs. The department store opened its location in 1978. Lord & Taylor is not the first store to leave the mall. Last year, Sears closed its doors after failing sales. The retailer is considered the oldest department store in the country. With Lakeside Mall closure, it leaves 2 other locations in Metro Detroit: 12 Oaks Mall in Novi and Great Lakes Crossing Outlets in Auburn Hills. Still ahead on Shelby This Week, local community members help send kids to camp with the purchase of coffee. Artists are needed to leave their stamp on the splash pad. Take care of your health this summer by learning how to prevent heat strokes.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
This is the largest annual fundraiser for Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shops around North America. Coffee proceeds on this day and all donations benefit local children in the area.
Restaurant owners across the chain solicit funds from our guests, and 4th year in a row we are selling $2 bracelet, and in addition to that we're also asking our guests to round up their orders to send a kid to camp. Last year, Tim Hortons Children's Foundation raised $13.1 million across the chain. Now, the funds raised from the camp day are used to send disadvantaged youth from our community to the fully paid leadership camp. There are 7 camps across North America. In U.S., there's a Campbellsville, Kentucky, and our camp counselors with Tim Hortons Children's Foundation do a great job to select the youth from our community where we do business.
And many people in the local community visited Tim Hortons to donate a little bit to support the foundation. This special fundraiser brought out Township Supervisor Rick Stathakis, who served customers through the drive-thru.
Hi, how are you? Would you like to round up for a donation at Camp Day? Okay. People are so generous. You know, before I even ask them if they want to contribute, they got their wallets open and they give me the money, and it's just nice. It's a great community, obviously. So, a lot of giving people.
For the past 4 decades, the Tim Hortons Foundation camps have helped send more than 275,000 youth from low-income homes to hopefully change their lives. If you missed Camp Day and would still like to donate, visit timhortonscampday.com. Traveling over 200 miles, these adults from Canada were here in Macomb County for the night to experience fun, pizza, and some baseball.
We give them an overnight trip that they'll never forget.
From Toronto, Canada to Jimmy John's Field, for these adults, the chance to cross the border and enjoy a night out at the baseball game is a very rare opportunity. But thanks to a strong 18-year program called Community Living Toronto, a chance to travel is given.
Community Living Toronto is all about providing choices to people with a developmental disability. They've been operating for years and years and years out of the city of Toronto. We do this trip about once or twice a year sometimes with Michael, and it's been wonderful.
Shelby Township resident Michael Ward started over a decade ago by taking a group to the Red Wings game. Now, through generous sponsorships, the 20 people from Toronto and 25 people from the local special needs group here in Macomb County, they get to eat at Uno Pizzeria, stay at the Hyatt Hotel, and enjoy a game at Jimmy John's Field. Participant Gordon Blick takes advantage of the trips.
It's good. I have all my friends here, so yeah.
Programs like these offer opportunities to adults who deserve experiences just like everyone else.
They're people just like us. Yeah, there's some differences and there's some similarities, but they're still people. You got to make this world a better place, and doing things like this, it just makes it so special.
Artists are needed for the Gene Shepherd Park splash pad. The Shelby Township Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Department will accept proposals from local artists who are interested in creating a mural. The staff is looking for art that is welcoming and inviting and shows summer splashing friends and, of course, fun. The winning artist will have 14 feet by 14 feet space on a blank wall inside the splash pad lobby. The winning designer will get a free pavilion rental and a free seasonal pass to the splash pad. If you are interested in creating this mural, you have to submit a copy of the entry form shown on your screen and a photo of your artwork proposal. Submissions must be received by Friday, June 28th. To enter your design, email jthomas@shelbytwp.org. The hot summer months are right around the corner, which means more time outside. When our bodies are exposed to extremely high temperatures, this can result in a heat stroke. Here's Samana Sheikh with more.
Dr. John Tosh works in Macomb County. During the summer, he sees patients who have faced heat strokes. Heat stroke happens when your body fails to regulate its temperature properly. Our bodies naturally do this by sweating. You can also help by wearing light clothes.
People will have symptoms such as confusion or nausea or be more lethargic than normal or delirious.
It's seen in athletes, babies, and the elderly, usually when people are outside or trapped in a hot area. It can be deadly.
When the temperature gets this high, it causes problems in the way that the chemicals work in the body and your metabolism. This can cause the lungs to stop functioning, the kidneys to fail. It can cause the liver to fail. They can cause spontaneous bleeding.
The best way to help someone is
placing ice in bags around the neck, in the armpits, or in the groin, because those are close areas to the core temperature, will help to reduce the temperature.
Reduce the temperature is key. Dr. Tosh says drinking water is also important. In Macomb County, Samana Sheikh reporting.
Coming up next, it was the perfect day for some fishing. We take you to the annual Fishing Derby. And get ready to read. The Shelby Township Library is hosting their very popular summer reading program.
Nearly half of children with autism wander away from safe places. If you ever see a child walking alone, remember the 3 S's: stop, seek, and stay. Learn more at missingkids.com/aware.
The very first coffee beanery in Shelby Township is now open. Coffee Beanery opened its first store in 1976 right here in Michigan. Kevin Shaw's mother opened the coffee shop.
She worked really, really hard, and she had a dream. One of the things that she always heard was people loved the smell of coffee, but it never actually came through into the cup of coffee that tasted good. And she knew that there was good coffee out there. So her goal was to provide good coffee that actually tasted as good as it smelled. And we think we've achieved that. We've been roasting coffee now for over 40 plus years, and 100 stores around the country. And so she had a dream, and we're making it happen.
The shop offers specialty drinks and unique flavors of coffee. Leo is the owner of the shop here in Shelby Township, and he felt this was a great time to get into the coffee business.
My wife and I, we've been working for so many years, and we were thinking of what to do towards our retirement. And of course, we know that living in America and knowing that Americans love coffee, we figured that you can't go wrong. 2 things sell mostly in this country: water and coffee. So we figured out if we sell coffee and get the best coffee. And that's so, we said, well, let's look around, and we chose Coffee Beanery, and that's why we're here today.
This addition to the Shelby Township community offers economic growth and employment opportunities for people looking for jobs.
Anytime you have a small business moving in Shelby Township, it's just automatically good for economic growth. You know, I think one thing people tend to forget is Shelby Township is made up, the primary engine, business engine, are not the large companies that people talk about, but the smaller businesses like Coffee Beanery and others that really make up Shelby Township. That's 80 to 85% of what we do and who we are. So it's the small business that we have to keep our eye on. And so when I see a small business like Coffee Beanery moving in Shelby Township, it makes me happy.
Coffee Beanery is located on Shaner and 24 Mile. These kids didn't have very far to go to catch some fish. Andrew Shelsky takes us to Heritage Lake, where the fun and fish were plentiful.
Cool. Oh. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Maybe not so many red fish, but maybe some blue gill at the annual fishing derby hosted by the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department.
This is our 33rd annual fishing derby. I had no idea we've been doing it this long, but 33 years. Last year we got rained out, so I think we're gonna have a good sized crowd today. We already have about 75 fishermen, usually average around 125 to 150. Beautiful day. We have 4 different age groups, first place, second place, and third in each different age group. So we got lots of prizes, we got giveaways, and just a great family event.
Kids 15 and under compete to land their monster perch or catfish to win prizes and just have a great time outdoors.
Yep, when they arrive, they'll register. We'll get their name and their age. Fishing starts at 10 a.m., goes till 1. So basically they can fish anywhere they want in the pond. When they catch a fish, they bring it in, they get it measured, and we write it down. We can measure all the fish they catch or just their biggest one. We'll take their biggest one, we'll tally it, and then we'll have the largest fish per age group will win.
The fishing derby takes place at Heritage Pond, which isn't that big, but you'd be amazed at the diverse selection of fish.
We do stock it. We stock it at least once a year, sometimes 2 times a year, if we have the funding and donations to do that. As far as what fish are in here, there is tons of fish in here. People will not believe some of the fish that are in here. There's catfish, there's pike, there's bass, there's perch, there's crappie, just tons of fish. Biggest fish I've seen caught out here is actually a koi. I think it's somebody's pet that they released in here. It's about 13 pounds.
And the kids at the fishing derby were catching some big fish.
So far I caught 2, right? And one was, I don't know, but the big one I got was 9.5 inches.
And what makes the fishing derby special every year?
I just think it's a great family event. People, grandpas, grandmas bring their grandchildren. Everyone's safe. They spread out and just have a good time. They have lunch here. And like I said, it's with 300 kids fishing, you think that at least one time someone would have an errant hook in them, and it's never happened, so cross our fingers it won't happen. And I just think it's a great, safe family event.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Andrew Shelsky.
The Shelby Township Library is hosting their annual summer reading program. This program welcomes all ages. Shelby TV's Samana Sheik has more.
A universe of stories is the theme for summer reading this year. Kids and parents can come in, fill out their logs, and start checking out their books Saturday, June 15th.
Well, that's...
Barbara participates in the summer reading program each year. It helps keep her busy.
I'm going to learn something new. There's going to be different categories. There's going to be different book selections. Sometimes you can return to an old book that you loved, and other times you have to find new ones.
Every Wednesday, there's a different activity for all ages. Events happen in the library atrium, afternoons for kids and teens, night is for adults. This way, everyone can get involved in reading and have fun.
Every Wednesday we have things like a magic show, blast off with books, or Our Universe Rocks concert. The kids and their families can drop in at 1:30, and we have all sorts of fun things planned for our space theme.
To track your summer reading, the library uses bingo sheets.
Every time they complete a bingo on their bingo sheet, they'll earn some sort of cool prize all summer long.
Prizes include things like family-friendly fun, like bowling or ice cream.
It's fun to watch the kids. It is fun to listen to the kids and to hear them discover new things.
It's important that kids see their parents modeling reading, so the whole family can be spending time together.
Make sure to come to the Shelby Township Library and check out a Galaxy-themed book for the annual Summer Reading Club. Thank you. In Shelby Township, reporting Samana Sheik.
The Burgess Shadbush Nature Center in Macomb County hosts several summer camps. The first one in session is archery.
These are a few of the awards that are featured from the American Archer Association. Here in Macomb County at the Nature Center, they will start a summer program on June 18th to show the residents of Macomb County how proper archery is done.
They score each arrow, and then they'll shoot for 3.
Faith Rembus leads the summer camp program. The first 3 weeks are dedicated to archery, beginner, intermediate, and advanced.
Archery is a life skill and also a sport, and it's important to both boys and girls. Learns coordination and muscle strength, eye coordination, and it gets them away from the video games.
Each person shoots for points. Beginners have a large target and aim for 60 points. No matter the level, people who work hard get awards.
Just watching the growth in the kids, you know, they start out and they've never fired a bow before or shot a bow, and they get out there and their confidence just builds and builds.
Build confidence and have fun. You can join as long as
they're strong enough to pull a 16-pound bow. I'm happy to have them in my class.
It's a 3-week program held in the bus garage behind the Shelby Township Public Library. Although this 16-pound bow looks challenging, anyone can do it. In Macomb County, Samana Sheik reporting.
That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always watch us online or on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. We will leave you now with scenes from local parks. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.